Hello folks, my name is Murray Powell. I'm one of the co-founders of Tribal Outdoor Gear Limited, and today I want to share the history of the company and show some features of the Tribal trailer and explain how to get the best results from this equipment. The Tribal trailer was initially designed as a multi-season expedition hauler. Necessity was the mother of invention. We'd used plastic sleds, or I sometimes call them pulks, to pull our gear on 4 previous expeditions to the Arctic in late winter. And plus we'd done long ski traverses in the Rockies, and we found lots of frustrations with the sleds we used. If we pulled the sleds with ropes, they would slide into us in the downhills. And even if we used poles instead of ropes, they would tip over skiing downhill or on side hills because the poles were attached to us low on the harness. And if we ran into patches of bare dirt that we had to travel over, we had to unload the sled and carry our gear. And at the start of a trip, we might be hauling 40 kilograms of gear, and hoisting that onto our backs was punishing. If we tried to drag the sled over rocks or dirt, we wore holes through the plastic. I'd also planned on doing a desert hike where I would need to carry 20 liters of water. So I had a look at the hiking trailers already on the market. All of them seemed to have problems. Some had 2 wheels, which wouldn't work on narrow trails. Others had a rigid connection at the hip belt, which would prevent a natural walking motion and prevent turning. To go around a switchback in the trail, you would have to sidestep. Many weren't balanced, so you're having to balance the load using your arms. And some had almost no advantage over a pack. By the time you added the weight of the trailer, the body load was almost the same as the pack weight. There was 0 mechanical advantage. And the ones that converted for winter use just added a small ski strapped to the wheel, which was, in my opinion, not optimum for many reasons. And I decided there had to be a better solution. I sketched out a design for a trailer that would hang in balance like a hammock between a high ball and socket connection at the harness and the point of contact between the wheel and the ground. I called that imaginary line between the point of contact of the wheel and the connection at the harness, I called that the axis of rotation. And as long as the center of gravity of the load hung below the axis of rotation, the trailer would be self-balancing. By placing the load further from the user, the mechanical advantage could be 2 to 1. In other words, a 1/3, 2/3 weight distribution between the harness and the wheel. I built a simple prototype to test the concept and realized it had advantages over other designs and may actually be a real product. With my partners, Tony and Brent, we got to work refining the design, prototyping, and field testing. We formed Tribal Outdoor Gear Limited in 2016. Since then, we've built and tested 8 prototypes. We struggled with the best way to convert the trailer for winter use, and we tried strapping a short ski to the wheel. But as predicted, that was not optimum. The ski would occasionally have a mind of its own, and once it started taking off, things went badly fast. So we came up with a different design, both for winter, that would be an advantage both for winter and summer use, and we called that the locking headset. The locking headset is a key feature of the Tribal trailer. First of all, it allows adjustment of the angle of the pole in wheel mode. That means it can be fine-tuned for the height of the user and for the terrain. But equally important for winter use, it can be unlocked in sled mode so that the vertical weight can be almost completely taken off your back. The sled is free to flow over contours on the ground, but because of the high attachment point at the harness, the sled is very tip resistant. We tried building the trailer out of many different materials, including a steel frame, a carbon fiber clamshell, a Kevlar reinforced Baltic birch platform, but after 8 prototypes we were satisfied with our final design. A high density polyethylene sled attached to a high strength tempered aluminum frame and a retractable wheel. We applied for a provisional patent in the summer of 2019. We thought the best application would be long trips where a lot of gear needed to be carried. But as we tested the trailers in the summer, we got a lot of interest from other people on the trail, especially from backpacking families where mom and dad had to carry more load than they were comfortable with. We decided we needed to make a lighter version that would be an advantage for loads less than 25 kilograms. That meant reducing the thickness of the aluminum and really focusing on the stress analysis. The final result looks identical to the patent design, but these refinements will make the trailer more versatile for most people.